I'm so excited that I could be here with you this morning to celebrate the resurrection of our Lord and Savior. Many of you, well, looking around this audience, many of you might know me. I was around about 2,000 years ago. Somebody looked like you may have been there about that long. I was one of those who walked with Jesus. Some of you may know me as Simon, but Jesus named me Peter. I was a fisherman. There was something different about that man. I want to tell you about the morning of his resurrection. But before I do that, I want to go back in time for just a little bit. As I mentioned, I was a fisherman. I lived in Galilee. My family was a family of fishermen, and we were good. Men living out of it, supported my household. Growing up in a Jewish home, I knew the Torah, the first 5 books of the Old Testament, the law. I studied it as a child growing up. I knew the prophets. I knew the histories. I knew the prophecies that were coming about the Messiah. As everybody else around me, we longed to see that Messiah come. We wanted to see that Messiah. We were tired of Rome being in charge of us. We wanted them out. We wanted a king. We wanted to be Israel once again. You know, the people that God loved and set apart and gave us the land. That's who we wanted to be. But like everybody else in my day, although we longed to see that, we still had to make a living. So day by day, we went out. We did our thing. As I mentioned earlier, I was a fisherman. I was good. My brother, Simon and I, not Simon, I forget my brother's name, Andrew. We fished a lot together, and we'd been fishing all night. I remember this day clearly. We'd been fishing all night long, and the morning came, we were cleaning our nets. You know, back then, you had to keep the nets pretty clean, otherwise they would break when you get a big load of fish. So we were cleaning our nets, and then all ready to go out the next day, and this man came up. Now, this man was different than anybody else I'd ever seen before. And here we are, we're fishermen. This is our trade. This is our livelihood, right? And the man comes up and says, "Follow me. I'll make you fishers of men." Now, most often we would look at somebody like that and go, "You're crazy. I don't even know you. I have no idea who you are." But there was something about this man. And I know now what it was. I was able to recognize later. God's hand came down upon me. And I recognized that this man was different. And there was something that welled up in me that was overwhelming. And I said, "Yes, let's go." So Andrew and I went. And just shortly later, some friends of ours, John and his brother James, they were fishing as well. And they even had the dad in the boat with them. And Jesus said the same thing. "Come, I'll make you fishers of men." John and James left their dad in the boat. There was something about this man, let me tell you, it was phenomenal. I remember walking with this man, Jesus. I remember listening to the stories that he would tell. I remember how he would reach out and help people. I remember the one day when we went across the sea, and there was this man who was notorious for breaking chains. Nobody could bind him up. And yet when Jesus went, he cast the demons out. That was what the problem was. He was full of demons. And Jesus cast them out. And next thing I know, this man is in regular clothes. Kind of like what I'm in today. And he was talking coherently. People around them who had known this man for a long time were astounded at what Jesus had accomplished. Made us stop and think, who is this man really? We went on with him, and as he went through, he began to heal people. I remember one day we were in a crowd of people. I mean, a crowd of people. People pressing him all around trying to get to him. And right in the middle of this, he's walking, and all of a sudden he just stops. "Who touched me?" We're all looking around like, "Dude, everybody did it." No. Jesus said, "Somebody touched me." There was a woman that was there. She had been hemorrhaging. She'd been bleeding for some years. Nobody could stop it. By faith, she reached out. All she did was just touch the hem of his garment. And she stopped breathing. She stopped. I mean, she was completely healed. That kind of man we looked at, we're like, wow, who is this man? I remember the day when this blind man held Jesus down. And Jesus walked over to him and he says, I want to see again. I want to be healed. And Jesus said, do you have faith? The man said, yes, I have faith. Jesus spat on the ground, made it clay, placed it over his eyes. And he said, go wash in a particular place. The man went and washed, and he came back, and he could see. Someone who had the power to heal people. To tell a man, get up off the stretcher and walk. And for the man to reach down with his hands and push up on legs that had never been able to walk before. And to jump and shout with joy. And what a man he was. Healing leprosy. People would come up to him unclean. And he would just heal them right there. This was a man who passed around. This was a man who was phenomenal. And we began to follow him, and we began to think, maybe, just maybe, the prophecies are going to be fulfilled, and this man is going to be our king and set us free once more. We were excited. I remember that one day. What I think I'll call today the Transfiguration. Jesus, Elijah, and Moses were talking together. Whew! Well, that was a day. That was something special on that day. And I asked Jesus, can I build a tabernacle and all three of you and just build it up and let people come and gather around and pray? And I didn't understand what had happened. I didn't understand the fullness of who Jesus was. Some people say that I was kind of brash and I would talk a lot. Well, I consider myself not brash, not arrogant. I was just confident. I knew. Oh, little did I know. I remember the day when we came into Jerusalem, just before the Passover meal. We came into Jerusalem, and Jesus said, told a couple of disciples to go and get a donkey and prepare the donkey, and he would ride into Jerusalem. And he rode in, and we got so excited. And the people who had just seen Lazarus raised from the dead. How many of you have seen? How many of you have ever seen somebody raised from the dead? I mean, dead, and all of a sudden they're back to life. Anybody? People around Lazarus saw him come forth out of the tomb. They were excited. We were excited as well. They were gathering around as Jesus came into Jerusalem. They began to be excited and shout and hallelujah, hallelujah, the King is coming. The King is here. We were excited because we just knew that Rome was gone and we were going to have our country back once more. Oh, we were excited. But little did we know that things would change very quickly. In that last few days before Passover, Jesus would come into Jerusalem. He would teach a lot of things. He gave a lot of parable stories that had real meaning to them. He began to dispute with the Pharisees, all these Pharisees. Well, they were something else. They were so religious, but they were so lost. They were good religious people. They went to church all the time. They talked very eloquently about the Old Testament, about God. But they didn't have a relationship with God. And Jesus, he had a fit with them. They were leading people away from who God really was. And Jesus was trying to bring people to God. He dealt with it. So in the last few days, they got the people so excited. They had a plot together to kill Jesus. Jesus told us, as we were gathered around several different times, soon I'm going to die. Soon I'm going to be crucified. But on the third day, I'm going to be raised again from the dead. Yeah, we didn't know what that meant. We didn't have a clue. We really didn't. We wanted to believe, but how do you believe something like that? We'd never seen anything like that. We had no idea just what Jesus was talking about. That last night that we were with Jesus, what y'all would call Thursday, we had gathered together. Jesus had made a request, a couple of disciples, to have the Passover meal prepared. We thought that was kind of odd because Passover wasn't until the next night. We didn't say anything. I mean, when Master speaks, Master speaks. That's just the way it is. So they prepared, and everything was going through. And as we were going through the Passover meal, Jesus stopped the traditional Passover meal to do something very special. He broke bread. Listen, he got the cup of wine. He blessed it. And he passed it out to us. And he said, "This is the covenant of my blood, the new covenant that I'm making with you." Now, covenant, in those days, that was something special. When God cut a covenant, literally, the Hebrew means cut and covenant. It was to take an animal, split it in half, lay it on either side, and walk between the animal pieces. And that was to dedicate wholly, fully, saying, we covenant together that whatever we are agreeing upon will not be abolished. When an animal dies like that, that's significant. Jesus was creating a new covenant, like we understood that night. Do you know what it's like to look back in time and understand something really well? But while you're in the middle of it, you're going, I don't get it. Anybody ever come to that? That's where we were. I didn't get it. You'll remember later. Oh, what a special time later. That night, after doing all of that, Jesus did something I've never seen a master, one who is in high esteem do before. He took off his outer robes. He gathered a towel, a basin of water. He began to get down on his knees. He took our feet and he washed them. He moved on to the next one. All 11 of us. As Judas had gone, we figured Jesus had sent him off somewhere to buy something for the next day. 11 of us were there. People in that high esteem didn't stoop so low as to watch other people's feet. And here Jesus was washing our feet. He got to me, confidence. No, Lord, you will not wash my feet. How dare you? You're the master. I'm the servant. And Jesus looked at me. He said, I can't let you into heaven unless I wash your feet. Well, boldly I said, well, don't stop at my feet. Wash my hands. Wash my hands. Give me a bath. And Jesus said, if you washed your feet, you don't need to have a full bath. I didn't have a clue what that meant either. It blew my mind at what all he was talking about these last few hours. But I did understand something just a few moments later. Jesus, after he finished, began to talk, and he said, shortly, soon, I'm going to be arrested, tried, and I'm going to be crucified. That I understood. Dead. I understood that. So boldly, confidently, I looked at him and said, how dare you say that? I will not let that happen, but if it does, I'll even go to death with you. I'll be right there with you. I don't care if anybody else leaves. I'm going to be there. I remember the eyes of Jesus as he looked at me. He said, Peter, before the rooster crows in the morning, you're going to deny me 3 times. The eyes of Jesus as he looked at me broke my heart. Those eyes were eyes that had sadness within them and longing for understanding. I didn't get it. But being who I was, that wasn't going to happen. Not to my master. Just a few hours later, we were in the Garden of Gethsemane. A place we went to oftentimes when Jesus would pray, he would take us along, we would pray with him. He left 8 of the disciples out to the side, and he brought 3 of us, myself, James, and John. A little bit further into the garden, he said, I want you to pray for me here. Pray with me in this time of my need. It was getting pretty late. We sat down and watched Jesus go off just a little bit, bow down on his hands and knees, began to pray, and the next thing we realized, Jesus is shaking us. Wake up. Can't you just pray with me now? Oh, sure. We got it. He went off and started praying again. Lo and behold, the next thing I remember, he's over here. He finally woke us up. And he said, it's time. And Lord's here. We could hear them walking up the trail. And Judas was there. And he came up and he grabbed the master and he hugged him and kissed him and he stepped back. And they arrested him right there. Told you I was fishing. Wasn't swords, but I had no short sword with me. I whipped that puppy out and I went to whacking. I'm not very good either. All I hit was the ear of a high priest's servant. I wish I'd been a better marksman, but I wasn't. But Jesus told me something. He said, put the sword away. For those who live by the sword will die by it. And he healed that servant's ear. I got so scared, I ran away. But as I ran, I watched them as they took Jesus away, and I circled back around and followed the house of the high priest Caiaphas. They took Jesus inside the house and began to question him and question about the disciples and what all he was doing. And I wanted to kind of eavesdrop. So I eased into the courtyard. And there, it was cold that night. I gathered up with some men who were sitting around a pot of fire to keep warm. And I was warming my hands, trying to listen as best I could, and doing all this. A servant girl came up. The servant girl said, I know you. You were with Jesus. No, I was not. That wasn't me. I was scared. Here they had arrested Jesus. Practically life and death were in their hands. I didn't want to get associated with it, no sir. So I kept warming my hands. Another servant girl a little bit later came up. You look familiar. I think I saw you with Jesus. No, not me. Not me. I kept warming my hands. Then a group of men came up. And they said, you are a Galilean. I can tell by the way you're talking, by your accent. You were with Jesus. And I got really mad then. No, it wasn't me, not me. And all of a sudden I looked up. And there Jesus, through a window from the inside, was looking at me with those same eyes just a few hours before. And about that time a rooster crowed. And I remembered what Jesus said to me. You're going to deny me 3 times. It broke my heart. All I could do literally then was run away. And I just fell to the ground. I wept. I cried my eyes out. I don't know how long I cried. I really don't. I don't even remember how long. But I just poured my heart out. How can I possibly do this to my Savior? The one who had walked with me all this time. It was unbelievable how much stress I was going through. And that's nothing compared to what he was going through. Oh, I was around, although I wasn't real close because I was still scared. I was around the next morning when Jesus was beaten. When he was bleeding, when I was beating him with that cat o' nine tails. At a distance, I watched him walk to the hill they call Golgotha. As he stumbled, when he had the part of the cross on his back, he stumbled and Simon reached down and picked it up and carried on the rest of the way. I was there just watching. I was there at distance as he was on the cross, nailed to the cross. They were making fun of him and doing all these things and had that crown of thorns on his head. I was there at distance. I was too ashamed to be up close. And I was there when I heard a loud cry. Jesus from the cross said, "It is finished." And he bowed his head. Earthquake happened. And man, there was a commotion going on at the temple. They found out that the veil in the temple had been split from top to bottom. At the same time that Jesus said he was finished and died. I realized much later in life, when Jesus died, he died because he had accomplished everything that God had laid out for him. And when he was over, when everything was done, he breathed his last. Mission accomplished. Oh, that's not the end of the story, of course. It would be for most everybody else, but not Jesus.
They put him in the tomb. We were gathered together for the Passover. The next day, on Saturday, we were still together. Sunday morning, a group of ladies went off, and they were going to prepare the body. Those guys, we didn't know what to do. We were sitting around, we were talking, we were praying. We were lost. All of a sudden, a commotion came back. Ladies came back in and said, "You have got to go see this. That tomb where Jesus was, it's empty. There's no body there." John and I, we raced each other. Not intentionally, but we did. John won. We raced to the tomb. This was great news. John stopped at the outside. I ran right on by him. At the inside, we're looking around. And what I noticed was something that should not be there. The cloths that were used to wrap my Savior's body were all laid just as they had been, only they were flattened out. There was no body. Something else that was unique. There was a face cloth that they had wrapped his face with. It was folded and laid off to the side. And the Passover meal, that was a significant event. The head of the table would fold the cloth and set to the side, and that was the promise of, I'm not done yet, I'm coming back. Jesus, in his promises, he was coming back, had prepared that cloth, set to the side as a symbol to us. He's coming back. I'm excited about this. I'm still in wonder. I'm still in shock. I still don't know everything's going on, but I'm excited. I'm so excited. I run back. We gathered in the upper room, and Thomas was there, and he said, "Well, I didn't see him." And we're like, "Hey, Thomas, Jesus is alive. We've seen him." I'm not going to leave until he shows up. Lo and behold, he showed up. The doors were locked because we were afraid some of the high priests would send, our Pharisees would send some people in and grab us. We have the doors locked, and all of a sudden Jesus is in the middle of it. He talking about a shock. Whew, that shocked me right down to your toenails. And Jesus looked at Thomas and said, "Here's the handprints of the spikes. Here my side is where the sword went in. Do you believe now? Touch me. You know that's me." And Thomas is like, "I don't have to touch you. I believe. I believe." One more story I want to share with you. This is a story that happened after Jesus had been raised from the dead. We were gathered together and waiting, because that's what we were told to do. We had returned home to Galilee. We were waiting. We didn't know what we were waiting for, but we were waiting. Jesus said, "Go away." So we're waiting. I never was one to sit back and not do anything. I'm an active person. And I finally got fed up with waiting. I said, "Look, dudes, let's go fishing. I know how to fish. Let's go. At least we can do something that way." So there's a bunch of us that got together. And we went fishing. Fished all night long. Didn't catch a thing. Talk about disappointed. A rotten end to a rotten couple of weeks. Our Savior was gone. Although he was alive, he was still gone. We're right at daybreak or so, gathering everything up, and ready to go in. And Jesus was on the seashore. We didn't know it was him yet, but he just simply said, about 100 yards off on the seashore, he said, "Cast your nets on the other side." We're getting ready to go in, but we said, "There's something about that voice." We did. We cast the net on the right-hand side of the boat. We caught so many fish. We were afraid the nets were going to break. When we finally got them in later, there was 153 fish in that net. John looked over and he said, "Jesus." I was so excited. I threw my tunic on real quick. I jumped in the water and swam to shore. That's pretty significant. I was excited to see my Jesus. He was alive. He was there. He was with us. And hope remained. Hope was there again. I was so excited. Helped to pull the nets in when they got close enough. And Jesus prepared some fish on charcoal fire there. We ate breakfast. And then Jesus looked at me. He said, "Peter, you love me more than these." That's a pretty hard question. He said, "I've been with the vast group for a long time. I had grown up with James and John. We'd known each other since childhood. I love these guys." For Jesus to ask me that was significant. You know what I said? "Yeah, I love you. I love Peter, do you love me? Yes, Jesus, I love you. He said, feed my lamb. Looked at me a third time and said, Peter, do you love me? And that look was in his eyes again. It wasn't a sad look. It was that look of expectation. Peter, do you love me? My heart broke. 3 times I denied Jesus. 3 times he asks me if I love him. Those remembrances come back. They came back with a vengeance. My heart broke again. Yes, Jesus. Yes, I love you. I love you. I love you. He said, feed my sheep. What I learned from that experience is the reason Jesus came in the first place. He came to forgive sin. In his resurrection, he came to say, I'm not the God of the last chance. You've got another. We all make mistakes in life. If I could relive that night when Jesus was arrested, oh, if I could relive that night, I would never deny my Savior. But that night I was so ashamed. I denied I even knew who he was. And Jesus forgave me. And he gave me hope by reinforcing his love towards me and letting me reaffirm my love towards him. Little did I know that just a few weeks later, the place that y'all refer to as Pentecost, I was able to preach a sermon where over 5,000 people were saved. No, it wasn't about me. It was about Jesus working through me. I just opened my mouth, and God's Spirit began to speak in a powerful way. I was forgiven. I wish I could say from that point on, the rest of my life, I was perfect. I wasn't. I messed up. You have your Bibles, you know Paul had to get over to me pretty hard because I messed up so bad. That's not the point. The point is, Jesus, through his resurrection, gives us hope that tomorrow is going to be a better day. If it's here on this earth, we can be forgiven of our sin. We can be forgiven of whatever we've done. Even if we denied God, we can be forgiven. And we can move on, and tomorrow's going to be a better day so that we can share Jesus and God's love everywhere we go. If today is our last day upon this earth, tomorrow is definitely going to be a better day for those in Christ. His resurrection gives us the hope that we will also be resurrected just as he was. That's significant. The world is looking for hope, for peace, for joy. And God is giving it to us through his Son. Perhaps you're here today and in your past, for whatever reasons, you have denied God. Maybe when people approach you on something, you kind of just shut it down and just deny that you were even a church member or that you ever went to church or you knew who God was. Maybe not overtly, but by the way that you reacted, you've denied God. Maybe by your lifestyle, what you're showing the world is, God is not my God. Today, I'm here to tell you, Jesus is giving you a second chance. He wants your heart. And he wants it with everything that goes with it. Your history you can't undo, but you can live through it to help people out. You can point people out how not to live life. I mean, there's so many ways that God can use your past. What he's simply asking is this: would you be obedient and just give him your heart so that he can take you as you are and use you for his kingdom work? You may not ever preach a sermon and 5,000 people get saved. You may be back in the nursery cleaning babies' bottoms. Whatever God's called you to do, that is significant. All he wants is your obedience. Would you do that? Give up your past. Perhaps you're here today and you don't know who Christ is. You know about him.